Hello everyone, I'm your host Thomas28 and welcome back to Society Sunlit Valley. Now it is the winter time. We kind of skipped through autumn. Not much happened in autumn. I would mostly took the time just to make more money and unlock stuff since the last episode where we got the skull cavern. I went ahead and bought ourselves some refined storage so we can actually use some digital storage, which is quite nice. Took down some of the chests, moved it in there. As you can see, we have a ton of money, mostly in part to our massive field, which is very nice. It's the winter time, so really all I can grow right now is ginger, and one more day, and we'll have a massive supply. Now let me show you through the rest of the farm to show you what new stuff I have added since last episode. Now I have an outside chicken coop. I do need to get them a house. I didn't realize it, but if you leave animals outside during the night, they do get a debuff to their mood, which is not good. We have the same old animals in here. We have a new warehouse that I placed back here that I filled entirely with, what are these called? Preserves jars, so we can make tons and tons of money. Now I also invested quite a lot of cash into these dragon fruit trees over here. They're extremely expensive. They're like $40,000 per, I believe. Actually, we could take a look here. Dragon fruit sapling society. They're $43,000, and I bought, I think, 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think 4. They cost $43,000, but the dragon fruit itself is quite good for making money, as when I throw 5 of them into a preserves jar, the dragon fruit preserves sell for $1,984, which is extremely nice. Now, I then went ahead and invested those funds back into another bigger barn, where we have these guys over here. Our woolly mammoths. Well, they're not woolly mammoths, they're woolly cows. As you can see here, we have Booley, Newly, and Luli, but I did get a request from, I forget their name, but they requested, as I believe it was their daughter asked, if we could name one of the cows Moo Moo. So that's going to be this one here. So go ahead and type Moo Moo. Moo Moo, the woolly cow. And the reason these ones don't look like this one is because these guys, when you right click them... Oh wait, I need my bucket, that's why it's not working. Give you warped milk. They only come from woolly cows that spawn in the warped forest, which is pretty cool. Now you'll also notice that when you right click them, there's that little dollar sign next, well, not next to, above their name. It's because I finally leveled up husbandry enough to get access to briberies. Now we can pay them a gold coin to increase affection by 1 and make them gain affection faster, which is pretty useful. It made getting these guys a lot, getting their affection up a lot faster, as I only started with 1. But there is, I guess, another tip in that if you raise the animal from, infancy, like that, to an adult, they actually gain more affection even faster than if you just find them out in the wilderness. So let's go ahead and grab this stuff. Marthim, Martha, Otis, Moobert. Right click our pigs, and that's everything. And eggs, I kind of just let them lay around. You can turn them into mayonnaise, but it's really annoying collecting all the eggs. There must be an easier way, I think. You could probably use a hopper on this little chicken nest, as it automatically picks up eggs, but it only holds 4, which is really tiny. Why are you glowing? I have no idea why it's glowing like that. Give me the eggs. But the chickens don't mind about the cold too much, so they still give me large eggs. So if we come out back over here and go upstairs, the upstairs level is where I have some of the more advanced artisan product machines. So we have all of our mayonnaise machines over here. And do I have more eggs? I do. Let me put in all of this. Make some more mayonnaise. Mayonnaise doesn't sell for too much, but it's better than nothing. We have our cheese presses over here for our large milks and other milk varieties. Go ahead and throw these in here. There we go. I especially wanted them for the warped cheese wheels, because if you take a look at warped cheese, there we go. Warped cheese sells for $5.76, but if you age it, it goes up to $17.28, and if you age it again, it goes up to $5,000. So you can make quite a lot of money. We just have to unlock the ancient casks. But the regular old warped cheese wheel, when you age it, can be traded for batteries, which is pretty cool. Although at this point, I don't actually need too many batteries. As you can see, the farm here is almost completely full. I just need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more batteries to make our sprinklers. And I have a couple battery thingamabobs, the chargers, with the upgrades. So I don't think we're going to need them too much. So let's go ahead and grab all these preserves out of here. Let's see, 2 of those. Grab a bit over here. I believe these are all mostly ginger preserves. Yep. Ginger and dragon fruit, and one right there. Go ahead and sell these. Mayonnaise, dragon fruit. Throw in some of this. And I kind of just stockpile the rest of the fine wool from the sheeps in here until I have enough to make some fine wool. Throw that in here. And now we're going to make $2,500 from 6 ginger preserves, $80 from the mayonnaise, and $8,000 from dragon fruit, which is pretty good. Even though the trees are really expensive, they pay themselves off pretty fast, which is pretty nice. If they were a lot slower, they'd be more annoying, but it also gives me another crop to grow in the wintertime, because there's not really too much you can actually grow in the wintertime, which is pretty annoying. Anyways, now that we have a ton of money, I could also go to the witch or the bookseller to buy some books. Bluegill Meridian, Bluegill worth a lot. If it makes them always worth 666, then does that also double the value by, well, not double, quintuple the value as well when you smoke them? First aid kit, don't need that. Slime incubating can give you a slime ticket. I will take that, that's pretty cool. Brine and punishment, pickled items worth more. And I don't think we need anything else. We could get the universal methods of farming, but I don't think we need that quite yet. Why is this one $67,000? Artisan hoppers have a chance to not consume sparkstone when harvesting. Okay, that's why it's $67 million, but that's all of it. But the main thing I wanted to purchase was from the witch and buy ourselves one of, I think they're on the bottom. Yeah, here they are. The crystals of regret. Now we're not going to actually use these, so let's go ahead and grab one of these, as I just wanted to finish off the quest here, so we can get 4 books of the stars and get more experience. Pretty good. Looks like each book gives you 1,000, so we got 3,000 to every skill. So husbandry goes up a level. I'm not sure. I'll just go with transplanting, as I don't really like the idea of sacrificial sheep. We have another point in fishing, so now I can get double rolls for jelly, or we can get a high chance to find treasure chests when catching fish in the winter. I think getting the double rolls for jelly is better, as this is only viable in the winter months. We get an extra point in looting in our adventuring skill, and that's about it. There's a lot more books we need to get, but we'll get them in time. And let me read this one. And then I'm going to dump this in here so I don't accidentally use it. Now, the main thing I want to get done this episode is, now that we have access to the Skull Cavern, I want to get slime incubating done, because it's a pretty big facet of, I believe, advanced farming? Yeah, of advanced farming that will unlock quite a lot of good stuff for us. And then I think we can also get to this thing. Oh, these are slime tickets. Then are they called prize tickets? Prize ticket? They are, prize ticket. We can trade 10 Omni Geodes or a Prismatic Shard to that guy. We can also get them from a Captain Fish. But I guess we can make one of these. Oh, bounty board with a bunch of prize tickets to get the prize machine. But now that we have access to the Skull Cavern, it should be pretty easy to get Omni Geodes anyway, as they're really not that difficult. And it looks like a Tampiqui can also get you Omni Geodes as well, which is pretty cool. But of course, to start with the slime incubator, we're going to need some iridium ingots, which is crafted from our iridium scrap. Now we did have a little bit of this before, but now that I've made a couple Now that I have made a couple of trips to the Skull Cavern, we have enough to make some iridium ingots, which we combine with the bismuth. And is the bismuth changing colors? I never realized that. Pretty cool effect. I think it does so. No, bismuth doesn't change colors, but it Is it refract or reflect? I think it's reflect. It refracts. I just can't talk today for some reason. Anyways, though, it reflects light. Slime incubator. There we go. The birth of slime. Slime incubation complete. And we get a slime ticket. Use on a splendid slime to learn their primary breed's favorite food. During exploration, you may have come across a slime heart. These are precious items that can be used to begin slime incubating. To start, right-click the slime incubator with the heart. Now we should put this in another building, and we have enough money to, I believe, buy one, so let's take a look. We also unlock this thing in prismatic farming with the iridium ingot to get iridium nectar, which is pretty cool. Not quite sure what iridium resilience is, and it looks like it's also completing other quests, which I find pretty funny. Oh, we could also get another slime ticket, because I should have some slime hearts somewhere, maybe in here. Heart. I do. There we go. Some puddle slime hearts and a dusty slime heart. Quest completed. Grab ourselves another slime ticket. And we can see there's a bunch of stuff we can start unlocking with iridium, but for now we're just going to focus on using it for incubating slimes and unlocking that. Now something I did miss out on is, I guess during the autumn months I should have gotten some plums, a plum sapling, so we can get ancient cogs, because it seems like the only way we can get it is by trading the trader with 16, and we need this to get access to ancient fruit. Now I do think we can get around that if I purchase the book that lets you buy crops from any season, and that should let us buy the plum sapling, but I'm not actually sure if that would work. So I guess we'll have to find out. But for now, let's take a look at the building shop, and let's see, what would be a good place for a slime hutch? You know what, I think the Prismarine Deluxe Barn is going to be the one we go with. It kind of fits the vibe for farming some slimes. But it looks like we don't have enough money. We have about half as much. So, after harvesting all the ginger tomorrow, turning it into preserves, that should get us enough money to build the new hutch. And there it is, my beautiful fields of ginger. And there we go. We have so much it actually fills up my entire inventory now. Mostly because now that we're max level, I believe, in farming, I went with the skill that when you manually harvest crops, you get double the output. So the field is actually twice as big as it looks. But I now get a massive amount of crops. We have 918 ginger just in our inventory, not including the backpack. I also get quite a lot of plant nutrients, which I like a lot, because it lets me keep making fertilizer, so we can hopefully keep getting higher and higher tier crops to turn into more expensive products. So, while we wait for more money to get produced, there we go, another $16,000 from selling just a little bit of crops. We can head back into the Skull Cavern and see if we can locate some Omni Geodes so I can get some more prize tickets. Now, I have fully set up it. Is that right? I don't think so. I have fully built out the infrastructure to get us not to the bottom, but as close as possible to the bottom, as fast as possible, by putting dirt pathways pretty much everywhere. It was extremely annoying to set up because you have to fight everything every single time. But once you have it built out like this, it makes it going down to the bottom like really fast. And I think there's still a couple more layers we can go. I just haven't spent too much time digging at those bottom layers because I don't need, don't need to go deeper unless I start running out of stuff. Yep, here we go. Mostly because I just need access to lots of iridium, which is found at the base layers, but it's still extremely rare. And now I think we're almost at the bottom. There's probably just a couple more. And we're here. This is the farthest I've gone. Fight a couple of bad stuff, like these burned... What is that? Is that a slime? I don't think I've seen that. Ooh, a phantom slime. Don't think I've seen you before. I'm gonna take you for myself. There we go. One phantom slime. Eats beds. I like it. Pretty cute. And I just don't like coming down here. It's very scary. But we need more iridium to do some more stuff with slime and get access to the, the endgame tech. Luckily, once you level up adventuring, you are pretty powerful, so I'm not really worried about combat too much. But waiting for iridium is getting a little annoying, so I do have to head deeper and deeper down, and also kind of like head into the walls. But I think this is as low as you can go, because now that there are these Skull Cavern teleporters down here. So I guess I'm mostly here just to take these geodes, so we can trade them for prize tickets. So you can really see, as you go deeper and deeper, the quantity of ores you get starts getting higher and higher, which is really nice. Now, I do want to end up making the create grinding wheel. We're just going to, of course, need a bit more money to actually do that. Mostly because we're going to need like all the mechanical crafters, and those are pretty expensive. But I think at the rate we're making money, it shouldn't take too long to get, but that should make it a lot easier to get more iridium. Mostly because there is a method to get iridium from raw silver. So if you crush the silver ore, you get crushed raw silver, and if you wash this, there's a 12% chance to get iridium scrap, which is pretty efficient. Silver is a lot less rare than iridium when you come down to these levels. Now, let's see what we got. I think we got a pretty good haul. We got like 16 iridium, pretty solid. 17 silver. So if we crush that, we should get maybe 30 silver, which would yield like another 4 iridium, which is not bad. And then a bunch of other stuff. I have no idea where this nether star came from. It must drop from something, apparently. Oh, they drop from magma geodes. Interesting. What are the chances on these? Because it says select all. Interesting. Can I still use these to make beacons? I don't think so. I think you just sell them. Oh no, you can still use it to make a beacon. That would be useful for my terraforming operations, because I could really use haste as well. Because if you look on the minimap over here, I've been manually clearing out this whole area, and you can see it's funny, the minimap. I haven't really left this area, so it hasn't loaded in that it's winter over here. But putting a beacon right here would let me flatten this out even more, which would be pretty handy. Now, I did find this thing called a plushie capsule. I have no idea what it is. Bland Sandsteel Plush. Rarity, Affection, Trait, Hungry. 10% chance for additional harvest. 10% chance for quality level. When housing an animal. What does that mean? Cluttered. What is this mod? At Cluttered. Cluttered adds a bunch of stuff. But what are these plushies for? Plushie capsule. You could take 4 plushies to make a plushie. You can buy the plushie machine, and then 1 iridium coin lets you get a plushie capsule. But what do they do? Like, what is this for? It said when it houses an animal, so if I put you down, I would be much happier if I had a vegetarian burger. How do you house an animal? Let me try this real quick. So I went and got a sheep, so can I right-click a sheep into this? No. How does this function? Oh, okay, this is like a super late game thing. So once we have husbandry mastery, we can get sunlit crystals. You right-click to put a farm animal into the plushie, and animals are always in a happy mood and don't lose affection. Then you can interact with them using the auto grabber. So that's like primo ultimate late game. And then to buy a sunlight crystal costs $32,000 and a prismatic shard. Huh, pretty cool. And then we can get more plushies via the thingamabob. Token of Unity. What is it? Where do you get that? Token of Unity. Oh, you get them from artifact troves. Interesting. Okay, cool stuff. I keep learning more and more every day. But for now, we have 83,000. Is that enough money? It is. 20 iridium coins. So now we can go ahead and buy, I think it was, no, it was the prismatic one. Deposit that. Now I need 4 stacks of stone bricks and 40 fire logs to finish this off, so we'll be back in a second. Oh, nice. Now that I got the prize tickets, we've actually fully completed the first chapter. Oh, and I forgot it gives you the prize machine. So I don't have to craft it. Okay, we'll put this guy right here next to the ticking clock of annoyance. And put in the prize machine. So does it show you next prize something seedy? What? Huh. Why can you get a fern out of there? Interesting. 8 cotton seeds. Okay, cool. Something wreathing and squirming. So a worm? Yep. Something upgradable. An upgrade base. Huh, nice. I could actually use that. The rest of the stuff, not super useful. Mostly because I can, like, already get those really easily. Something bearing red fruits. So this is an apple sapling. It did say it loops, so I guess it's not really that useful unless some of the later game stuff is like really, I mean not later game, like the later prizes are really good. But for the cost of 10 Omni Geodes, it's not bad, but it's not amazing. Alright, so I have my blueprint. Let's go ahead and place down our slime hut next door to the barn. I think it's a good spot for it. See, what's it gonna look like? Not bad, not bad. Is this an entrance on this side? It is. Cool. Now, I do want it more in line with this one, so I guess we'll place it right here. Yeah, that works. Should I rotate it? Rotate to the right. Then we could probably put it a little closer. Yeah, that works. I like it. It's a nice contrast. Build. That's a lot of blocks. Oh, you can't actually get in from this side. Interesting. It must not be a symmetrical design. Yeah, I kind of placed it the wrong way. Not amazing, but not terrible. It's not bad. Ooh, I like this. It has different... This barn is a lot different from that one, as it has different types of enclosures. I especially like the barn door on this one. It's quite nice. And I like how they do these with the big shutters. They're really cool. And I'm always a fan of using stuff like campfires. Anyways, though, let's check out the upstairs. Oh, there, little hamster. See, not much up here. This is mostly just room for, like, artisan machines. But for now, I could probably make room for a bunch of other stuff. But for now, we'll put it in here. It's a little gated room. Not bad. Grab this guy, and I think I put the slime eggs away. So how does this work? Slime incubator. Right-click the incubator with the heart. So place you in there. Let me go back there and grab the hearts. So now we should be able to just take this, right-click that. Puddle slime. Takes 5 minutes. Kinda looks like a guardian. Wonder why the rendering. Huh, weird. Interesting. Looks like they only render those sides when you're looking at it, but it's not perfect. That's fine. Yeah, it looks like a little Elder Guardian. So that's gonna be incubating. The humble plort. Slimes can be fed in a few ways, the simplest of which is tossing an item they like to eat at them. For slimes that only eat animals and monsters, you'll need to wrangle one into their area. After being fed, they'll drop a plort. These can be sold, used to make more slimes, or processed into more valuable goods. Any plort will reward us with slime candy, which you can feed to the splendid slime to greatly increase their happiness. Now let's take a look here. Incubation, puddle slime, diet fish, aquatic, will sink in water and gets unhappy when not in it, spiky, will hurt players they touch. So this guy's gonna need a little like aquatic kind of aquarium type of deal. So I guess we could put it out on this side. This would be a good time to set up the beacon. One, I can continue tearing down this area, and it will make, what's the word? Not digging. I don't need to dig too deep. It's a slime. How much space will it need? Now I just gotta add some torches because this water is gonna keep freezing if I don't keep it next to a heat source. There we go. And winter's not gonna last too long anyway, and then maybe I'll put like glass over this. But for now, we can grab our slime. There he is. And he's probably very unhappy. So let's go ahead and toss him into the puddle. How do I throw you in? How do I dunk you? Oh, put them in the offhand. There we go. No, you're too far. What are you doing? Come back. There we go. In there. Who designed this? Okay. Come in here, clean up the water. I put torches. Why is it still freezing? I'm gonna get it. Okay. If I get in the water... How did you end up over here? There we go. Now he's in there. Perfect. Now it did say he's wild. So I think to tame him... Yeah, neutral, wild. We're gonna have to give him some fish. And I have just the fish he may want to eat. So now if I come over here, we should be able to give this guy a fish. How do you feed him? Oh, I think you just do that? No? Eat it? No? How do you feed him a fish? Oh, let me try turning off my magnet so he can actually eat. There you go. Oh! He's big. Owner, me, Hamas 28. Hunger, full, water breathing infinite, diet fish. Now I don't see a plort though. Maybe if I turn the magnet back on. No plort. And it said when you feed it, you get a plort. Hello? Did it despawn? I think it did. It mentioned nothing about slimes despawning. Okay, I think I see the issue. I threw this guy into this, and he immediately jumped out. So let's invest in some of those corral blocks and then redump them inside, and that should keep them from, what's the word? Ending themselves. That's the right word for it. Hi, hamster. So let's take a look here, and I don't have any plorts, so I can't actually make it yet. Now we do have a couple of slimes in here, like this dusty slime, the phantom slime we took a while ago, and I should have some more in these chests. Yeah, we have a bunch of weeping slimes. What do these give you? Weeping plorts. Looks like they love fruits. Weeping plorts can be spent on gas tears or frozen tears. Huh, pretty useful stuff. Also the webby slime. He eats vegetables, and I think that's all the slimes I have here. Yep, that looks to be like all of them. I wonder, where do you get the red slime from, the regular slime? I remember seeing them before, but not much now. Okay, well for now, I kinda don't want to feed them dragon fruits as those are very expensive, but they're the only fruit we have so far. Oh, another slime. I forgot about you, the dusty slime. Okay, let me grab ya so you're not a nuisance. Now let's see, so I have a bed for this phantom slime. Let's go ahead and put him over here. So let me turn off this guy. Grab this slime back here, and shoot. So now let's give him one bed. And I wonder, does he fly? He jumps pretty high. Now did you drop a plort? No. How do you get the plort? It keeps saying when you feed them, they drop a plort, but I'm not seeing any. Now, these ones eat the tree fruits, so let's go ahead and put these four over here. Let me fix their floor as well. Their floor is a little busted. Doom. 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 I forget where I got these guys, but they're gonna eat some dragon fruit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if these guys give me a plort. Oh, they did. Nice. I also picked up the other thing. 1, 2. See, they should come eat that. Slime waste. So now we have weeping plorts that sell for 320. If you collect 16 plorts, you can make another one to grow it, which I guess is that worth more or the same? They're both farmers' products. Let's see. 5888, 5888. Okay, they sell for the same amount, so there's no like bonus if you save them to make the heart. But we can trade these for this, and how did you escape your enclosure? That's not good. I think I really need more of the thingamabobs. Oh, let me see. Plorts? Nice. Okay, we have 3 plorts. So now I can take these 3 plorts and use them to craft the corral glass. Oh, but that's only 5. Okay, we're gonna need a lot more plorts. Largoit. You can feed slimes can be turned into a largo by feeding a plort of a different breed to it. Largos inherit all the qualities of both slimes, dropping 1 plort of each kind. But be careful. Feeding a largo a 3rd type of plort will turn it into a tar, an evil creature that gobbles up nearby slimes. Interesting. Then, slime happiness. Slime's happiness depends on their hunger and living conditions. Every time they eat, their happiness will increase. If they're surrounded by similar types of slimes, they'll get happier. Happiness decreases when slimes are hungry or crowded, which is more than 7 in an area. When unhappy, slimes may cause status effects to their surroundings. The more valuable their plorts are, the more deadly they may be. And that gives us Another dusty slime plort. I already had one of those, so it's not too useful. Slime and traits. Each splendid slime has different effects that may happen when they're unhappy or happy. On top of that, slimes may also have traits, different behaviors or quirks that make ranching them more difficult. Always check the traits of a slime you're ranching by looking at the uses of a slime in item form using JEI. Rocket pods can be launched at your feet using the slime vac to rocket jump. Rocket pods. Cool. Slime Inspector. Farming slimes can be tricky. They all have different dreams and desires, and what... Huh? Oh, I think they're crying. That's why they made water. Huh, that's not good. Where's my buckets? Oh, I remember this. Okay, let me soak this guy up. Yeah, I forgot about that. See? Slime periodically cries, filling the area with water. If there isn't enough space for its tears, it will get sadder. Huh. Well, that's annoying. How would you automatically get rid of the water, though? These weeping slimes may be more trouble than they're worth. Anyways, though, the Slime Inspector is here to help. Right-clicking a slime with it will tell you if there's anything getting in the way of their happiness and your profits. Slime Inspector, 2 iron ingots and any plort. Rip it! Each slime will drop you different type of plort when fed a food in their diet. The humble slimy slimes will eat berries, but more advanced slimes will have higher standards. You can tell a slime's diet by hovering over it in the world. Each slime has a favorite food that will cause them to drop double the plorts. The plort rippet can be used to turn plorts into various resources depending on the breed. And to craft one, you need any plort and a bunch of iron. And favorite foods. Each slime breed has a favorite food. Feeding it to them will give them a big boost in happiness, while also causing them to produce double plorts. Largo slimes have multiple favorite foods inherited from both breeds. Now, my question is there a purpose to using the slime tickets when we can look it up in JEI? Because the tooltip says, oh, diet vegetables, but when you come in here, oh, well, I guess it says vegetables, but it doesn't say its favorite. So like the weeping slimes here, if we pick this guy up, I did not want all of them. Let me dump some of these back inside. Dump. Dump. So like the weeping slime eats fruits, but if we use the ticket on it, then it'll say what's its favorite fruit. Pink present. Oh, cool. Its favorite fruit is bananas. Interesting. Oh, and you get the banana. Cool. Wait a minute, can I turn this into seeds? No. Wait a minute. No. For a second I thought we could. And it cried again. Okay, so we could throw the banana inside, and that's its favorite food, so it'll produce plorts. Interesting. But that's gonna get really annoying. These guys may be more trouble than they're worth. But it is another way to make money. Then it said I can use this to rocket jump. If I take fall damage anyway, why do I want to do this? Well, 1 slime inspector, plort rippet, this guy, and then what else does it need? Oh, we need slime balls. I don't think I have any slime balls, as I think about it. I don't think... Oh, can I could just make a slime spawn crate. No, I cannot. How do I get slime? It's never easy, now that I think about it. Slime golem. Slime block. Fermenting jar. Salt and leaves makes a slime block. Okay, that's way easier than I thought. I just need glass spines, which we can get from Vitric Cactus, which we can buy from the market, I think. Salt. And they don't sell it. At least not in this season. So I'll have to do that later to get slime. Good to know. Slime inspector, more slime candy. And to make this, we need more plorts. So I think the meta with slime ranching is you need to find a plort that gives you a resource you want. So here's all the plorts. So like the weeping plort gets us frozen tears, which are very useful because you can trade them for frosted tips, but I don't need too many of these. So let's see if there's a plort that is really useful. So we need an all-seeing plort to unlock the elytra from the missing bundle, which will get us Botania. Oh, I forgot I also have these. Wait, is that... Oh, gold quality Neptunas. Yeah, I forgot. I already have one of these thingamabobs. What are they called? Prismatic shards. Let me submit that one. Submit. So now we need 5 more. So all-seeing plorts come from all-seeing slimes. All-seeing slimes are incubated from the all-seeing slime heart. The all-seeing slime heart is made with a luminous slime and a webby slime. In the plort press. How do I get a plort press? A plort press is 2 pistons, iridium, battery. Not that difficult to make a plort press. I'm surprised that's not in here. Oh, it's in prismatic farming. Ah, because it needs iridium, that's why. Slimes cannot reproduce by breeding, instead their plorts must be pressed into another slime heart using a plort press. Hearts can also be combined to make new ones using the top and bottom slots. And that gives us the bony slime heart. Interesting. I should make another storage area just for all the slimes. So to make the all-seeing slime, we need the plort, we need the all-seeing slime heart, which comes from the webby and the luminous. A luminous can be found in these dig spots. Luminous plorts are native to the nether. I don't think I've seen one in the nether though, but it looks like we could just find it. But they only eat pickled vegetables. Okay, so there's honestly not too many that are super useful, I don't think. Yeah, there's not too many plorts that are actually super useful that we might need. Like this mechanic plort is kinda useful because it gives me create building materials, which is nice. But the only difficult one is brass, because brass is an alloy that requires iridium, so if we can get that for free from the plort, that would save us on resources. But all the other ones are kinda mid. They just generate money in a very inefficient way. So, I think the only one I'm actually going to work on is the all-seeing plort, so we can work on unlocking Botania, but the rest of it, I think we can just ignore for the most part. But I do have to give credit where credit is due. It is nice that you have the option, because it lets you... What is that sound I keep hearing? Oh, I think it's a hamster, that's what I'm hearing. Yeah, it's this guy, the hamster. Hamster. I was like, what is that ominous sound? I forget hamsters actually do make noises. In that you could probably do a whole playthrough just with slimes. I'm not going to do that myself, as I'm more of, not into that kind of complexity. Even though they're not complex, I think they're just really annoying. But I guess some people would find that to be very fun. Just not me. So I'll use them just to get the all-seeing slime, which is the most we're going to need to unlock Botania, and then stop there. I don't think there's much more I'll be using the slimes for. Unless it comes up later, which I don't think it will. The plort rippets are useful for trading, as you could see there, but I don't think there's anything specifically we need from the trading yet. Like pixie dust we can get when we get into Botania. Or I guess it is a cheaper way, because mana pearls is pearls. So some of it is useful. Just not all of them. I guess it depends. Like, batteries are very nice. Blaze rods are very nice. But it is a % chance, so you're not really guaranteed anything either way, right? Like, you give it a blazing plort, and you could get 3 blaze powder, or you could get the blaze rod, or you could get the fire quartz. But I don't really need fire quartz from this, because I can already get so much of it just from mining. So I guess really, can I get lemon saplings from other ways? You can buy them from the baker. You can turn your dragon fruit sapling into lemon. And I think that was the last one. Yeah, that was it. And a golden egg makes golden mayonnaise, which doesn't do anything, it just sells for a lot of money. So they do have a lot of uses. I think it's just a little, what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? it's just a little too complex for what I'm trying to do. Because I think once we have enough money to like automate the crop production, we're going to automate harvesting the crops, putting them into preserves, putting them into artisan machines to make more money. But the slimes just aren't going to be that easy unless I'm missing something with the slime farming. Which honestly, I don't think I am. It's an interesting idea, but just like slime farming in Stardew, I'm probably not going to do it. But I do like that I took the time to figure out the mechanics, because it is very interesting. But it does kind of feel like they threw it in just because Stardew Valley has slime farming, and not because it like adds something super unique. Anyways though, I can tell this episode is going to be a bit on the shorter side, but I enjoyed it. You know, not every episode has to be super in-depth. I'm just trying to figure out the concepts presented in the pack. Now it is late winter, so I think we're going to get back into the spring, which means we can make more money. I'm especially concerned about, I believe they are the cucumber? Cucumber? I think this is the one that makes a lot of money. Cucumber into preserves is relish. No, there's one that makes even more money than that. What was it? Okay, I think it was the cucumbers. Because I'm guessing I don't have the artisan bonus, which is why it's lower than I thought it was. Because relish sells for $14.40 a jar for only 5 cucumbers, and cucumbers are pretty cheap as far as plants go, which is pretty wild. See, it's 64. They do only unlock after the second year, which I guess makes sense, which is why they're so efficient, which means going into the second year, we'll be able to make more money by selling cucumbers, and I believe we also unlock starfruit as well. Yes, we do unlock starfruit in the second year. It does cost 4 prismatic shards, but the starfruit can be preserved and sold for $3,000, and these grow year-round, which makes them super useful. We'll make a ton of money starting year 2, and start getting into automation. But as always, I'm your host, Hamas28, and I'll see you all next time.